what all of these animals have in common? The Gila monster, the orchard swallowtail caterpillar, the peacock mantis shrimp. They all have funny names. The wonderpuss. Exit, stage left. How do they come up with these names? Like this. Ta-da! It's a fried egg jellyfish. Don't forget the secretary bird. Or the blue ribbon eel. And me, proboscis monkey. Get the scoop on what's what when you're called what?
Wait, what? You're called what?
Coming up, meet a tiny rodent with big ideas.
Woohoo! I'm a mighty kangaroo!
What is this little flying lizard doing? Julep up, julep down. And say hi to a hairy spider so big it has birds in its sights. What? Is there something between my teeth? What happens when you mix a big cat from the Ice Age with a springy antelope? It's a saber antelope.
You're called what?
A saber antelope.
Sound the horns! The Ice Age is back, baby!
Saber antelope, also known as gemsbok, can be found roaming across southwestern Africa. These large antelope get their name from their long, sharp horns, which look a bit like the oversized fangs of saber-toothed cats, famous creatures of the Ice Age. A saber is also a kind of long, curved sword. The knife-like horns on these antelope can grow well over a metre long. They're used in battles against each other for territory and also against attacking predators, such as lions, cheetahs, and hyenas.
Those saber teeth our ancestors had would have really come in handy about now.
Saber antelope are members of the bovine family, a group of mammals that includes bison, buffalo, wildebeest, gazelles, musk ox, and domestic cattle. Hey, hooves up! Who ate all the hay?
Move it! They're onto us!
Where most large mammals would look for greener pastures, this horned creature has learned to adapt to waterless wastelands. In the African savanna, temperatures can soar up to 45 degrees Celsius. Its tricks for keeping cool include knowing where to dig a little for desert shoots and fruits, and having a special system of blood vessels that works a bit like an inbuilt air conditioner. Saber antelopes live in big family herds of up to 40, a mixture of cows, their calves and bulls, with one dominant male in charge.
Another game of follow the leader, kid.
Ooh, my favorite!
The saber antelope, a hardy creature that knows how to cut a striking pose.
What do you get when you add sludgy silt to a skipping champion? It's a mud skipper. A mud skipper.
Hey, muddy fun. There's nothing like skipping bath time.
Mud skippers are found along the warmer coasts from East Africa, throughout Asia and across to Polynesia. They frolic along estuary mouths, around mangroves, anywhere you can find mud flats.
Hey, have you ever seen a fish that can do this?
What?
That's right. This is a fish that can walk on land.
Hey, Simon, watch out for that hole ahead.
What hole?
That hole!
Thanks to their unique ability to breathe through their skin, mudskippers live in and out of water.
Does that mean you're going to make me take that bath then?
They have fused pelvic fins they use to pull themselves across the mud flats, where they forage for crabs, snails, worms, and insects. But they only hunt for the tiny ones. These miniature carnivores are generally smaller than a finger, but can grow as long as a ruler.
Last one to the water has to take the bath. Tie.
Mudskippers will get around any way they can. The way they fling their bodies across the flats earns them their skipping title. They can even appear to walk across water.
I'm an ocean skipper now. Ahoy!
They have large eyes on top of their heads that are specially adapted to allow them to see above and below the waterline at the same time. This helps them watch out for predators like shorebirds, snakes, and crocodiles.
Oh, this is the bath I was so afraid of. It's wonderful. A bubble bath.
the Mudskipper, the acrobatic little wonder that gets the best of both worlds.
Kingfishers are one of the animal kingdom's most skilled hunters. But when these kings go fishing together, what's their special group name? A concentration of kingfishers? Is it an attention of kingfishers? Or is it a fixation of kingfishers? If you guess the first answer, a concentration of kingfishers, you were right. A concentration of kingfishers.
Now, students, to be a master fisher, you must summon all of your inner focus. And what is Brian doing?
There are about 90 species of kingfisher birds found throughout most of the world. Over half of all kingfishers are found in forests, but some species have adapted to live in deserts and mountains. As their name suggests, kingfishers are generally master anglers, though many species don't eat fish or even live near water.
So, I tell you, the one I caught was this big.
Brian, you've been eating fish again, haven't you?
What? Is it my breath?
These carnivores have large, long beaks that are pointed and perfect for snatching prey. A group of kingfishers is known as a concentration because of the intense focus they have when hunting.
Great to see you've joined us back on the branch again, Brian. Now, as I was saying about focus. Oh, good grief. Now we've lost George, too.
They have excellent eyesight that can see through water, and when they detect movement, bombs away! Kingfishers will also angle for crustaceans, amphibians, reptiles, and insects.
Ooh, a minty grasshopper. This will help my fish breath.
Kingfishers are generally solitary animals, which means they mostly prefer to be alone. However, the Australian kookaburra, which is also the largest kingfisher, lives in family groups to raise their young over several years.
They call me the laughing kookaburra, but I do take all of this concentrating very seriously indeed.
So if you focus hard enough, you may be able to spot a concentration of kingfishers and know that calling them by their right name is no laughing matter.
ID crisis.
What do you get when you cross a free-roaming savanna horse with one of the ocean's top predators? It's a zebra shark.
Yo, what?
A zebra shark.
Am I a zebra or a shark? Does this mean I can't be friends with the lionfish?
Zebra sharks are found in coastal waters throughout tropical Indo-West Pacific. They tend to hug the sea floor near coral reefs, rock beds, lagoons, and sandy areas. When they're young, they sport these vibrant stripes, much like an African zebra.
How about a leopard eel? Would we be friends?
While stripy zebras confuse predators by herding together, it's thought these stripes help the zebra fish blend a little better into the sea floor while they're young and vulnerable.
Don't eat me, Mr. Lionfish.
I am a carnivore, but something your size is ambitious, even for me.
The zebra shark loses its stripes as it gets older and bigger. Like whale sharks, their varied markings make them part of the carpet shark family because they look a bit like a beautifully patterned rug.
Hey, would you wipe your feet on a zebra? I'm not sure I like where this is headed.
Zebras are herbivores. They mostly eat grass and plants. Zebra sharks, however, are omnivores, meaning they eat some marine plants, but also small fish, crabs, and shrimp. These seafloor hunters have long, strong tails to swim about quickly. Their flexible bodies help them squeeze into crevices to slurp up food. Why aren't we flexible like that?
Speak for yourself. I do yoga. This move's called the downward zebra.
Because this is one zebra that does lose its stripes, the zebra shark is no zebra and all fish.
Come back, lionfish. We can be buddies after all.
The zebra shark. ID crisis solved.
What do you get when you get a bird, add a diner in action, and an 8-legged Australian? It's a bird-eating spider.
You're called what?
A bird-eating spider.
Run away!
That does not sound good. These large-bodied spiders can be found in the ecologically rich North Queensland of Australia, from semi-desert to rainforest. They don't spin webs. The Australian bird-eating spider lives on the forest floor where it can make a burrow. These burrows are just wide enough for their bodies, but can go down to 1 metre deep. How do they get up to the birds then? They don't. The bird-eating spider doesn't really eat birds. They may occasionally prey on a chick that's fallen from a nest. This spider prefers to snack on smaller things that pass by its burrow entrance. Insects, lizards, frogs, even other spiders. They're called bird-eating spiders because they're related to the bird-eating tarantulas of the Americas. You don't want to upset a bird eater. They'll rear up when threatened. These hairy spiders can grow as big as dinner plates. They also have centimetre-long venomous fangs.
What? Is there something between my teeth?
But despite their colossal size, hairy legs and scary fangs, they're known as shy spiders that will spend as much time in or near their burrows as they can.
Another night staying in, wearing silk pyjamas and washing my hairy legs.
The bird-eating spider, the down-under heavyweight with a bark worse than its bite.
Families don't come much faster or fiercer than the falcon clan. Can you guess what the name for a male falcon is called? Ted, Tercel, or Timothy? If you guessed Tercel, congratulations! You're right!
You're called what?
A male falcon is called a tercel.
Torsel? What kind of a name is that? Perhaps you can call me Timothy on special occasions.
Falcons live all around the world, found in every continent except Antarctica. There are more than 40 species, including the brown falcon. Kestrels are the smallest family members. Falcons differ from other birds of prey, eagles, hawks and kites, in the way they catch their dinner. Falcons use their sharp beaks to grab their meals, while the others use their strong claws to snatch up prey.
I don't know why, but I'm always a bit peckish for fast food. Something I can really sink my beak into.
The peregrine falcon is the fastest creature in the animal kingdom, clocked at 320 kilometers an hour in a dive. That's around 3 times faster than a cheetah.
Hey, can I get me some of those wing things?
The name for a male falcon, a tercel, is based on a Latin word for third.
Why?
Because males are about a third smaller than the females. Falcon couples stay together for life. Males impress their special lady with fantastic aerial displays.
When he hovers like that, it makes my heart swoop.
A falcon chick is called an ayes, which is from an Anglo-French word that means fresh from the nest.
We're so fresh, we're still fluffy.
Once the chicks have grown up and can fend for themselves, the parents chase them out of home.
Now that the kids have gone, we can turn their nest into a games room.
Tercel! I like the way your bird brain works.
The Falcon Family, feathered speedsters that can swoop by in a flash. What do you get when you cross air-breathing lungs with underwater gills? It's a lungfish. A lungfish.
Okay, everyone, just relax and breathe in and out. Lovely.
There are 6 species of lungfish that live in various parts of the world, such as Australia, South Africa, and South America. Lungfish can be found swimming in freshwater swamps, rivers, and lakes.
Everybody, just give your fins a wiggle and relax. Now breathe in and out.
Lungfish take their name from their rather unusual physical feature, their lungs. When rivers, lakes, and swamps dry out, the oxygen levels in the water drops too low for gill breathing.
Nobody panic. Just take a deep breath and we'll get through this.
These fish have developed lungs to allow them to breathe air from the surface. This enables the lungfish to survive until the waters return and the oxygen levels improve.
Okay, Okay, now that we've filled our lungs, it's time to fill our bellies.
Lungfish are omnivorous. That means they eat a wide range of things. From the plant side, they dine on things like roots, seeds and weeds. Tadpoles, frogs and small fish give them the protein they need. The lungfish, taking breathing easy to a whole new level. What do you get when you cross a fancy waistcoat with a hippity-hoppity marsupial? It's a waistcoat wallaby.
What?
A waistcoat wallaby.
Oh, hello there. How do you do?
These well-dressed creatures are native to Australia, living in small pockets along the country's east coast.
We live in pockets, wear waistcoats, and have pouches. We're so fashion-forward.
These dainty marsupials like to live in open grassy eucalypt woodlands plus dense acacia shrubland, places where their favourite bush tucker can be found. Waistcoat wallabies get their name from the dapper markings across their shoulders, which resemble a fancy waistcoat.
Oh, you flatter me. Do keep going.
It also sports another unusual name. If a predator such as a fox, dingo, wild dog or feral cat spots one of these wallabies, they bolt away, earning them the nickname Flashjack. Ho-ho-ho! Those wallabies really are quick as a flash! Waistcoat wallabies, along with kangaroos, are members of the Macropod family, a name that means Bigfoot due to the long hind feet on these marsupials. Youngsters are known as joeys, and they start life the size of a jelly bean.
Sweet trick, huh?
The waistcoat wallaby, bringing style and grace to the rugged Australian bush.
The imposing emu is the world's second largest bird. What do you call an emu group when they're together? Is it a tower of emus? Is it a mob of emus? Or perhaps an emu party? If you guessed a mob of emus, you're right!
What?
It's a mob of emus.
G'day. What kind of trouble shall we stir up today?
The only place in the world where emus are found is Australia. These large birds live throughout most of the continent, from coastal areas up to chilly alpine regions.
The mob's mission for the day is to find out why our flights have been grounded.
Yes, boss, we'll take off right now and find out.
A fully grown adult stands almost 2 meters tall. Their brownish-grey feathers may appear to be shaggy coats. These are feathers that are not designed for flying, but do help them blend into bushland.
Hey, boss, look, we've got jackets. We're a slick-looking mob.
It's not entirely clear just why an emu group is called a mob. It's thought it might have something to do with the way they flock together in large crowds when there's plenty of food.
Do we have time for a snack, boss?
Though intimidating in size, the biggest things emus target are insects. They'll also feast on fruit, seeds and fresh shoots. Though there are few animals that will take on an emu, the mob affords the old and young protection from dingoes and some hardy birds of prey. They don't have the chest muscles most other birds do that allows them to use their wings to fly. But if they need to make a quick getaway, emus can run at speeds of up to 50 kilometres an hour.
Hey, boss, I'm glad we gave him the slip, but where are we?
Australia, mate. Australia.
A mob of emus, a very grounded group of big birds.
ID crisis.
What do you get when you cross an Australian icon with a North American rodent? It's a kangaroo rat. A kangaroo rat.
Woohoo! I'm a mighty kangaroo! I can jump for joy!
You'll find a kangaroo rat in the drier regions of western United States, from Canada south to Mexico. Like the Australian kangaroo, these athletic rodents thrive in the desert. That's because both animals hardly need to drink water. They get their moisture from the plants and seeds they eat.
All this jumping is thirsty work.
The kangaroo can jump nearly 3 meters high. The kangaroo rat can almost jump that high as well. And they are much smaller. They rarely grow bigger than your hand.
Well, I thought I had a spring in me step. These guys really work out.
Just like kangaroos, kangaroo rats also have pouches. However, unlike kangaroos, which use their pouches to carry joeys,
Just a little lower, Mum, and I can have breakfast.
the pouches on a kangaroo rat are on the outside of their cheeks. They use these handy pockets to carry seeds back to their burrows, kind of like built-in bags.
Let's go shopping!
Besides dingoes, the Australian kangaroos don't have many natural predators. But the tiny kangaroo rat has to hop clear of desert hunters like coyotes, bobcats, and rattlesnakes. Sit still. And while the Australian roo will just lay down and sleep anywhere cool, this desert rat digs burrows to stash the seeds they bring home in their cheek pockets.
Outside, inside.
With a love of hidey holes and stockpiling food for a rainy day, this desert hopper is a lot of rat with a little kangaroo. The Kangaroo Rat. ID crisis solved. What do you get when you cross a delicious olive with a riddle and a turtle? An olive Ridley turtle.
You're called what?
An olive Ridley turtle.
Yum, olives, where? Whoa!
These small sea turtles are found in the warmer waters of the world, like the Southern Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. It's named after the colour of its skin and shell, a rich, deep shade of green.
It's not easy being green. Whoa!
As for the Ridley part, no one's really sure where this term came from.
I'm a riddle. Don't even try to solve me.
In the sea turtle family, olive Ridleys are one of the smallest, weighing up to 45 kilograms.
I'd be bigger if you'd just tell me where the olives are.
When it comes to diet, these turtles are mostly carnivorous, some of their favourite foods being shellfish, crabs, and jellyfish. Like other turtles, olive Ridleys mostly live alone. But there is one time of year when all the ladies get together, the annual Arribada.
Huh?
The Arribada, which is Spanish for arrival. Every year, large groups of female olive Ridleys arrive and come ashore together to lay nests on the same beaches where they hatched. Each turtle can lay hundreds of eggs. That's a lot of babies.
Last one in the ocean's a rotten turtle egg.
Hungry predators like birds, snakes, and crabs mean these hatchlings need to hurry into the safety of the ocean. For those that make it, they explore the ocean for about 15 years, then return to their birth beach to take part in the Arribada themselves. The olive Ridley, a small marine turtle with a big family reunion.
What do you get when you mix a mammoth dragon with a miniature lizard? A Draco lizard.
You're called what?
A Draco lizard.
This branch would be the end of the road for most lizards, but not me. I'm special.
A keen eye will spot these tiny reptiles in Southeast Asia and southern India. They spend most of their lives in trees, away from the intense battle for food on the rainforest floor.
Why live in the dirt with the other lizards when you have magical powers?
There are many lizards named after the mighty mythical dragon. The water dragon,
Did someone extinguish my fire?
the Komodo dragon. You won't find a bigger lizard than me. Surely I'm worthy of the title. And the bearded dragon.
Hey, dragons can be hipsters too. Pass me my soy blended spiced latte, would you?
But of all the winged wannabes, this little lizard comes closest to the crown.
Are you ready for my magic trick? It's spellbinding.
Draco is an old Latin word for dragon. These lizards are far from mighty in stature. They could fit inside a teacup. But they do fulfill one important quota for the dragon purist. They can fly. The Draco lizard has a set of elongated ribs, which has folds of skin between each of them. They keep them down beside their body when they are resting. But when they want to get from tree to tree, they can fan them out like an umbrella and jump. The Draco Lizard doesn't actually fly. It glides, but it can travel up to 30 meters through the air this way. And it also has this handy bit of equipment. Dracos have a flap of skin below their necks called a dewlap.
A what?
A dewlap.
Dewlap up, dewlap down.
Dewlaps make the lizard seem bigger to scare away predators and defend their tree territories from other Dracos. The Draco Lizard, the pocket-sized reptile worthy of a mighty name.
What do you get when you cross a musical group with a pipe and a marine fish? It's a banded pipefish.
You're called what?
A banded pipefish.
Wait, are we still a band if there's just two of us? Or should we call ourselves a duo?
This particular pipefish is found in tropical Western Pacific waters around reefy nutrient superhighways. They prefer to stay out of strong currents, sheltering in caves and crevices.
Man, it's pretty hectic out there tonight. The crowds are crazy.
Yay! It's our favorite band!
There are about 200 species of pipefish. They belong to the same family as the seahorse. They typically have very long, slender eel-like bodies and swim with their snouts to the sea floor to vacuum up mice and shrimp and other tiny organisms.
Wow, we should put more shrimp on our backstage riders. They are delicious.
Pipefish are designed to mimic their surroundings. The Halimeter ghost pipefish looks like the green Halimeter algae. A harlequin ghost pipefish dresses up like a feather star.
How should we dress?
Red and black is very rock and roll. Let's stick with our brand.
The banded pipefish is named for its stripy outfit, which blends into the seagrasses and coral it appears near. Camouflage is important, as pipefish are not strong swimmers. They have tiny dorsal fins and tend to drift in currents needing plenty of rest.
Okay, you've been great. Time for intermission.
Banded pipefish, the underwater rock stars that like to stay out of the mainstream.
Would you call them a band? I would say they're more of a duo.